going to use Dana's camera, putting her on the spot, and we're going to take a little selfie or a big selfie, if Dana can get it going for me. And let's look at this list while we get it. These are all, and this is a legit, serious, updated, very important list for you to look at. This is all that's new in social media right now. We're going to cover a little bit of it. We could talk about social media all day. Sorry. We could talk about social media all day and still not cover all of this, but the emergence of Facebook Live. Last year here, Facebook Live came around and I used it, but the connection was a little wonky. You know, we're gonna do the selfie at the end of the session, so I don't want to take up too much time, and I'll use my camera. Mainstreaming of Snapchat. Okay, I was talking about get on Twitter, and you might think that's a big deal. Get on Snapchat. Not kidding. Look at the big brands using Snapchat. I'll admit, I'm new to Snapchat, just about a year ago. But Snapchat is a big deal. Snapchat is doing really, really well. I bet you Joe knows all about Snapchat, because again, he's the hippest guy I know in this room. No disrespect to anyone else, but the hippest guy on Twitter that I know on social media. President's use of Twitter, I've already mentioned that. Chatbots. I'm not an expert on chatbots. We're not going to talk about chatbots, but they are big. Virtual and augmented reality, 360 images and video. Social commerce, meaning buying or donating right from the tweet or the Facebook post. Okay, these are real things. Artificial intelligence. That's like your Google Home device or Alexa, I think it is, that Amazon has. Okay Google, that's what I have at home. I have a little device, it's really awesome. Artificial intelligence. Employee advocacy and paying to play. Let's go back to paying to play. Promoted tweets. Social media advertising. This is all really, really big. Employee advocacy is you're the head of the company, you get all your employees on board, you train them, you get them tweeting and social media-izing on behalf of your company. Very, very big. And I'm going to talk real briefly and then turn it over to Cynthia about Instagram stories. Again, if you're on Instagram, I started one today, and once we're done recording this, and before the end of today's session, before 2 o'clock, I'll include all of you in my Instagram story if you're willing. So we're going to do a selfie, and I'm going to take at least a picture, or maybe I'll interview someone, 15 seconds or less. I'm going to talk to you all about Instagram stories. Instagram stories were new last summer. They appear at the top. If you go on Instagram, they allow you to appear at the top of your followers' feeds. So if you go on Instagram, all of a sudden you see a little icon with somebody's face or logo, and it should be somebody's face, because we don't really want logos. We want to see a smiling face on behalf of the brand. You tap on that profile photo, and everything they've added to their story within the last 24 hours, and by the way, this is a copy of Snapchat. So I said Snapchat is huge, Instagram is copying Snapchat. Instagram is owned by Facebook and has a little bit more mainstream cachet, so it's really taking off, these Instagram stories. Brands can use Instagram stories. You can include photos and videos, you can include emojis, you can write words and headlines and dates and geotagging. Content disappears after 24 hours. That's the Snapchat thing. It's ephemeral content that's very, very popular. Again, maybe some of you know this, maybe you don't. I don't know. I hope you kind of don't, because that's why you're here. Your kids might, if you're old enough like me to have kids who are teenagers, early 20s, they know this. And ads can be run in between stories. So this is where social media is going. It already has gone there. A lot of people would say, how to Facebook, how to Twitter, how to Snapchat, how they make money. Well, there's a ton of advertising, and these are real jobs now. These are the bulk of the jobs out there in social media right now. There's a lot of work for content creators like myself and strategists like myself, but there probably is even more jobs for those who know the paid end of social. This is how you use your own Snapchat story, and by the way, I can make these slides available because there's a lot to learn in 15 minutes. But this is how you do it. You take pictures, video, you add the filters. I've kind of already told you how to do this. It can be deleted at any time, but it absolutely will go away in 24 hours, although you can save it and share it elsewhere. Verified accounts can include links. So again, verified accounts are most of your big brands, your big celebrities. Look up the Kardashians on any social media channel. Look how much money Selena Gomez. Look at these celebrities. They are making big money, and brands are using them as advocates. You can use Instagram stories for motivational pep talks, behind-the-scenes tours, you name it. You can use it to promote a product or service. Real-time content, storytelling. Again, you name it. I'm not going to go live because we don't have time. This is a story that I did last week talking about, and it doesn't look like much right there because we can't play it, but it was a sequence of pictures and video. And this shows you the analytics, which again, you can't really read, Jeff, I know. No, I can't even read it from up here, it's a little blurry, but it tells you exactly who looked at it. So that's powerful data, analytics in real time. You literally can see who the exact people were who looked at your story. You know, I'm just one small person, like that graph I showed you a few minutes ago, but imagine if you're a big brand with hundreds of thousands of followers. And again, we're gonna do this at the end, so please, even if it's in the hallway, let's stick around, and I would like to add one or two of you, if not the bunch, to my Instagram story. This tells you how to see it, and this tells you what I'd love to have people doing, but we don't have enough time to do it right now. We'll do it at 2 o'clock. Here's your resources. Again, I'll make these slides available to you, all live links that'll click on them, take you to everything you need to know. If I haven't told you everything you need to know, everything you need to know about Instagram stories. That was me. This will now be Cynthia.